Hello, hello. Really? You start the line with the foolishness.
What? I'm smiling. I'm happy to see everyone. Everyone.
But who you can see?
All my peoples. They out there in TV
Sir,
lands.
stop. Y'all trying to make your cameos on live. Sir, stop. Whose dog is this?
Not mine.
So if you're here, take a minute to let us that you're here. Say hello. Let us know you're in the building. That's so funny. Sir always got to showcase his life. Let us know you're here. Say hello. Isn't that right? Isn't that
We
right,
here.
sir? Sir, go somewhere. He want to be in front,
Stop staring at me, bro.
right? Let us know that you're here. Look, come on in the room. Come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor. He writes out all of my prescriptions. He brings all of my medicine in the room. Didn't you do it, children? That is that.
Hmm?
You miss your part.
What's my part?
Once, come on, hey saints.
I was being in tech ministry.
You
Yeah, I was just turning stuff on.
you should be used to that by now.
No, I'm not.
So come in and tell us that you're here. This is our second week. We back and we black and not wicked whack.
Mm,
You don't like it?
no, I'll not be a part of that.
Y'all come on in. I'm using my phone. I can't even share it to my oh Lord, iPhone.
Why don't you use this one?
I,
You got this
I,
thing.
I, I forgot to log in.
When? We would log in.
I can't do it now because it's ask for verification there.
Because we have to go to Kaplan.
Verification.
Yes.
About 4 minutes.
But it's not our phone. You think it's our phone. But that my phone.
I hear you. Looks like you're frozen now. Oh, okay. So come on in, tell a friend.
We're not frozen.
Like, are you Elsa?
Let it go. Let it go. I don't know any more words.
I don't either. Yeah.
I think our kids already grown when that came out.
Yeah, they watched it, but it wasn't something that we ended up
didn't watch
watching
it
it
with
either.
them.
Right.
Well, I have no idea.
So, if you
But
have a minute, take the time to come on in the room. Say what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up.
ladies,
uh-huh. No, that's your bank account. Now you know they gonna call us old if you do your bank account. Do the shoulder bounce, bounce, shoulders bounce. No, okay. Anyway, guys,
killing with the shoulders.
that was funny.
Mm.
We're taking a minute to let everybody. We gotta get used to this being back
Right?
at a certain time on a Monday. Right.
Yeah.
Is you ready?
I'm not ready, but I'm doing it. Not ready, but I'm doing it.
Doing it and doing it and doing it well.
Doing it mediocre.
Mediocre.
Yes. Mediocrity.
So take a minute to come on in. Invite your friends. Invite your cousin, baby daddy. No, anybody?
The cousin baby daddy. What?
I don't know. I just said something.
That sounds like a toxic relationship.
My baby daddy?
A cousin baby daddy. Why do you invite your cousin baby daddy?
They don't make me friends.
Mm, probably shouldn't be.
So you can't be friends with your cousin's baby daddy.
I say you probably shouldn't be.
Why not?
I don't know. That don't seem right.
When you come in, say hello. Let us know you're here. We're trying to get everybody into remember that we're back live now on Mondays.
To remembrance. When was it that we were live on Monday? How long ago was that? That was a long time
It's been
ago.
a long. It's been a long. Look, it's been a long periodically time. And we're gonna say, yes, we know the correct answer because some of y'all get on here and act like we don't know what to say. We know what we're saying.
Do we?
Sometimes.
Do you?
Sometimes.
That's awesome. So how was your day today? What did you do?
Well, I woke up a little loopy. I took 2 Benadryl last night. I don't know if y'all watched that episode of Martin when Gina had dental work and then she had an allergic reaction to it and her face was swollen, which is a favorite of ours. And it was quite hilarious because that's how I didn't get that bad, but my eyes was puffy and swollen and stuff. So we stopped by and got Benadryl. And baby, let me tell you, that Benadryl was still in my spirit on this morning.
Slept good, didn't you?
Boy, that Benadryl was feeling in my hands, feeling my feet.
See, I ain't gonna tell you business, but I know you slept good.
I was snoring.
I don't know.
What I did?
Mm-hmm.
Why you say I slept good?
I'm not gonna tell you a business.
Tell my
You
business,
slept
a business.
very well. I'm glad for it.
I was on your side of the bed.
You always on my side of the bed. I'm happy for you, friend. Left that for you, friend. You don't understand boundaries and limitations in bed.
I do.
No, you always on my side of the bed.
Now, isn't that a word we're not supposed to say always?
Oh, no, you always. I gotta wake you up to ask you to move so I can get in my own bed. That might be a problem.
Listen, I think you might be stretching it a little bit.
Ma'am, do you mind if I lay down in the bed?
You don't think you're stretching it?
Just, maybe I can sleep in my own bed. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe? Possibly? Thanks. Appreciate you. So useful, so nice.
That's not nice. Anyway, so we'll get started because I don't know how
Yeah, so see that line by your arm right there?
You know what it is? That I put so that the
for the comments to
come up go there.
Okay.
I put it so we wouldn't have to click them. I don't know why I did that kind of.
Oh, but it's okay. But you can still see through though,
right?
So
Right.
I just was like, I hope there's nothing wrong with that camera.
What is it? Where is it? I can't figure out where it is now.
What's that?
Where it says put the comments on the screen.
Is that it right there?
Oh, right here. It's right here.
Daha.
What? Somebody told me I'm the person that make up a song for everything, and now I'm paying attention to it. I might do.
You might do.
So anyway, we're gonna go and get started. Today, we're talking about divorce is not an option. And the reason we started with this is because we hear so many people saying divorce is not an option. But they say that because that's just something we heard in the church. But a lot of the people that say that have settled in their spirit to live a roommate life.
So you settled in their spirit?
Right, like it ain't working, so I'm just settled with the fact that we just gonna be your roommates.
Interesting.
You don't think so?
No, you said settled in their spirit. That's just an interesting choice of words.
Why?
Well, because when you think of somebody settling, you never think of them settling in their spirit. You think somebody just settling because it's the easier thing to do. They're used to something. It takes more work to not settle.
So, what would you say the difference is when I say they settled in their spirit?
I don't know. I just never.
Well, I think that sometimes when you're going through certain things, when it gets to be that you are, when you decide that I'm just gonna be, I'm saved, I'm a Christian, so I don't want to get a divorce,
Right.
so I'm just gonna, because it's different when you decide something. When something's settled in your spirit, it doesn't really bother you anymore. Like it's kind of like it is what it is. It's what it is. I think.
So you're resigned to the fact that it's not going to ever be
Better than that.
right.
Right. So people, because when they get to that point, they're no longer working on their marriage.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm settled in my spirit that hey, me and him is gonna be roommates because it's not working, then I am no longer working on it. I am not content with. I don't think that's a word I want to
No, it
use.
ain't content. But how do you come back from that point? How do you come back from the precipice?
Well, it's like whether you settle with it or you decide. Either way, you have to decide. I'm gonna do the work for me.
Right.
Because oftentimes, and what I'm dealing with a lot lately is everybody wants the other person to be better.
And once the other person's better, they'll be better.
Right, but it doesn't work like that
At all.
I don't know why they think that if
the other person will do better and you're still gonna be raggedy.
right, like if I said Cedric need to be better, and once Cedric get better, I'll be better. If your habit has been to be flip mouth, disrespectful, whatever your thing has been, you don't just automatically start being respectful.
No.
And so people don't understand that being respect is about you. I know I said it last week, but I hear too many
for the other person.
right. Respect, how you carry yourself, that is about you.
Right.
Now, I do represent, because my last name is Thomas, I represent Cedric when I walk outside. But if I am being disrespectful and Cedric's not there, or, just out of bounds, they don't think much of me as a woman, especially a woman of God. They just don't see it as they don't see me blessed and highly favored.
Well, see, I think that's what women get it twisted too, because they think if they're talking crazy to a man or cuss them out or whatever, like it makes them look like they're powerful or they're whatever, but it make you look crazy.
Right.
Because that's the man that you picked.
Right.
That you're with. So that's a reflection of you.
Right.
But people don't understand that. And I don't get why they don't grasp that. Because if you're talking crazy, yelling at him, doing all this junk, you look stupid.
But for some reason, but I think it's a culture now with the TV shows, with the the TV shows, the all the stuff that's happening in the world, everything that we turn on has somebody talking disrespectfully to their husband, or even the male figure in their life.
Right, people in general.
Even their dad. Like I see people talk disrespectfully to them. Like even if your dad didn't show up the way you wanted him to,
right. The
Bible is clear about honor your father and mother.
But not just that, but your elders in general.
These people don't respect elders at all. I'm just gonna say that they don't like them with elders is like.
That's what I'm saying. It seems like people don't have they don't care about being shamed or being looked at in negative light. They don't care.
They don't.
Like it doesn't matter to them. And I think in our generation, that was something that was important to us, that was instilled into us.
Right.
Like, don't be out here acting crazy, making your family and your parents look crazy, let alone yourself.
But then they don't see it as looking crazy is what the problem is.
That's what I'm saying. They don't care. Because not only does that reflect how you act, but also how you dress, how you carry yourself. So you see people outside in pajamas, and like we see a lady at the store with drawers on.
Oh my Lord! I would insert picture, y'all, because it was
craziness.
It was a lady. Of course, it was Walmart. Was at Walmart. She had on a shirt
and drawers.
A shirt, not a shirt dress.
A shirt.
A shirt. I'm like, in what world do you go outside with your child
with a shirt on?
With a shirt on. How do you show up like that?
And that's cool. And you don't have no second thought. I'm going to the store. Not gonna put the pants on, tights, nothing.
Nothing.
Not even pajamas, which is not appropriate, but people do that. But just shirt and drawers, t-shirt and panties on, like you're going to bed.
That's wild.
That is beyond wild. And she would walk around like nothing happened. Like everything was cool.
Well,
And she was eating the people food in the store before she paid for it. I remember we had a conversation about that years ago, remember?
what conversation was that?
When you were saying that's stealing.
That's
Because you
no,
eating it, you ain't paid for it yet. Even if you intend on paying, you still haven't yet. So it's not yours until you pay for it, right?
well, I said that because I was
Yeah.
told that somebody was arrested for that.
Exchange of ownership.
Right? Listen, if you was arrested for it, that means that it was a crime.
Yeah, she was tearing up people's stuff up. And that wasn't even in line yet.
Well, I didn't see that part. But I think about the fact that people are going back to our topic. People are saying divorce is not an option, and they're not willing to do the work to work on it to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Speaks a lot to their relationship with God.
How so?
Because God designed marriage, that's his first institution.
Mm-hmm.
And so how do you not do marriage the way he designed it and say you're close to him? Because it says, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. So how he commands you to love your wife, and wives do this for your husband. Like, it tells you what to do. If you're living in a roommate situation, I'm not submitting to you. I'm not leading you. I'm not nothing. We're just passing.
Right.
There's no intimacy, no talking. So then you're not following his commandments.
Yeah, but people are just naturally selfish anyway. So I mean, I don't think they're thinking about it from that point of view. You know what I'm saying? Like from a closer to God kind of point of view. They're looking at, I'm not getting what I need, so I'm not gonna worry about it.
Right. Well, I mean, I get that. I'm just saying, at some point in your life, you have to make some decisions.
Yeah.
And the decisions have to be, if it don't work, I'm going to say that I did my part. I worked on me. I love my husband. I love my wife. I did whatever I was supposed to do in order to move forward so that we could be better. But if I'm just going to be in roommates, then why stay?
Right. Well,
I mean, I get that. I can't say why stay.
Because again, it's for saving face. You know what I mean? Like I'm a Christian, so I can't be divorced.
Actually, no. I think it's more of a like. So for some people, they're um saying I made a commitment to him, so I'm gonna stay. So in one regard, they are committed because a lot of people don't take the commitment serious.
Well, but same like you said, if it's commitment without work.
Right.
Right. But I'm saying I think it's a multitude of reasons, like saving face. Then it's the financial component because you know what I'm saying, all the bills taken care of, we go on vacation, we do this, we do that. And if we get divorced, then I can't do those things.
Right.
It'd be more of a struggle. Who gonna pick up the kid, and you know what I mean? Like it's
right.
Because we already have stuff figured out on that front.
Right.
So it's more of a hassle to find somewhere else to stay. We got a house already. You know what I mean? Like it's
So,
just,
but at that point, then it's a business arrangement.
that's true. And some people are run their marriage more like a business.
But can we do that as Christians and say we follow what God tells you to do? Because if you're saying divorce is not an option, I'm just not getting a divorce because it's convenient.
Right.
That's one thing. But how do you do that and say I'm truly living my life as God would have me to?
Well, but the thing is, if you're not actively working on your relationship, then you're not doing it anyway. Right? So, because you're supposed to give God your best, and the marriage is your first ministry.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the other thing too. A lot of people do a lot of stuff in the church. They're busy in the church and not taking care of home.
Let me let me ask you this. I find it odd that you have a lot of people that do not. They're roommates now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're not talking. They're not. Um, there's really no level of communication in any form. But there's no intimacy, no sex, no nothing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
People had sex with people that they weren't even married to, but then the person that you're in the house with that's paying bills, you're not having sex with.
Yeah, because the key is you want to have sex with that person. You don't want to have sex with the person you're married to because you don't like them. So where you go?
Say why not? Look,
When you were
say why not?
single, you had sex with who you wanted to, right?
But I'm saying even the person that they're married to, at some point in time, a lot of them had sex before
Yeah.
they did.
Because they like them then. Because people like doing stuff they ain't got no business. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's not supposed to be, it's taboo. We ain't supposed to be doing this.
Right.
Risque. But now we married and we can do it. Like I don't want to do it. I don't like him. He's not doing what I want him to do. He ain't buying me this or bought me that, or he's not treating me like the lady on TV. We didn't go to Greece, or whatever foolishness you got in your mind. He's not doing whatever you want him to do. So I don't like him. That's the way it goes. Because if you did like him, you would have sex with him. You have sex with people that you like. Is that not the case? They say a woman knows when they first meet you, they're going to have sex with you. They say.
Who said that?
They did a study about it. Like, you know how they go and interview women, and 99% of the women are, oh, yeah, we know right away.
Oh.
You see a guy, you meet him, you're like, yeah, you're going to get some, or yeah, we just going to date and just going to be a friend. Now, you already know right away. And I've had other different women that said that kind of thing. Like, oh, yeah, I knew right away. I thought that was interesting.
Well,
You a woman? You don't know that? You didn't know?
No.
When you seen me, you didn't know?
Really? We're not doing
You see? Yeah.
that.
No.
We're not doing that. Okay, y'all. We're not
You don't want to
participating.
answer the question?
No, I'm not participating.
Oh, wow.
I don't.
Leave me on red?
I don't think that I looked into a woman and have sex with him. That was not my
Not
fault.
like that. I'm just saying it's in your mind like, yeah, he can get it. Like that. Like that song, I told my friends he can get it. Don't mean you're going to have sex with that person. I'm just saying that's someone that's a candidate. Or possibly. Yeah, that don't make sense? That's not how it works?
It makes sense. I just
No, it's not like that, because if you did that, then no one would be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give him some. Wait a minute, what?
Right.
Like,
that's what I was thinking. Like,
not like that. I'm saying
that is going because that's
saying,
gonna come across real.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. People, but it's like you can see. It's like when you see somebody, you can be like, okay, I can see myself doing certain things with that person. Not mean it's going to happen. Just that when you see certain people, you might end up developing a relationship with later, but you can first see them, be like, oh yeah, that's it, either one. You see what I'm saying? Like some people, it's just over time you get to know them. Like, man, he's a nice guy. He's a nice person. We're good friends, and develop from there. But some people, you just have that animalistic attraction right off the bat. Like, that's my type. Tall, short, skinny, fat, whatever you're into.
So okay, on that vein, and that you said people did a study, but I hear people say like a man can look at you and say that you're the one, right? Or like it was love at first.
I don't know about that.
I'm just that's what they said. I looked at her and I saw she was the one, or it was love at first sight. Like,
oh yes, that because love at first sight don't mean that somebody you're gonna marry though. Because a lot of people that marry someone other than the love of their life, because the love of their life might not be marriage material.
do tell. That's interesting. The love of your life is not marriage material?
It could not be. But love and marriage material are not synonymous. Just because you love somebody don't mean you should marry them.
Little love shit about you home last night?
Right. If they doing all type of tomfoolery, I love you, but I'm not finna marry you because that's a little headache waiting to happen. It's not prudent and not wise. But I mean, some people still do it, but I'm just saying that don't mean that those two things don't go hand in hand. To me, anyway.
That's true.
That's just like saying I'm married to somebody and I love them, but I like them all the time too. That's not the case. You're not gonna always like your spouse. You're gonna have some days where I just don't like them. I still love them, but I don't like them today.
So what's most important then?
To me, what's most important?
To like them or to love them?
To love them, because like ebbs and flows, it goes and comes.
But doesn't
But
love,
shouldn't
but
go
doesn't,
and come.
but people fall out of love all the time.
I don't necessarily believe that.
What do you believe?
When they say fall out of love, I don't think they mean love in the fact like you're my wife and I love you. I mean that's more of a like kind of thing to me.
But I told you the time I fell out of love with you, and God told me to fall your butt back in
Yeah,
love.
but I don't think if so. That means to me, like if you fall in love, that means like how do I explain it? Like for instance, when we first got married and we had an argument, and you had to go somewhere, and you thought I wasn't gonna take you because we had an argument. Like I don't like you, but I'm still gonna take you because I love you because you my, you know what I'm saying? That me doing what I said I was gonna do got nothing to do whether I like you or not. I made a commitment to you. I love you, so I'm gonna take care of you whether I like you or not.
Right, right.
That's you know what I'm saying. So to me, that love in love is more of a stronger like.
Right.
Because you don't stop love because if I'm mad at you, I'm not going to let something happen to you. Well, I don't love her right now, so that's crazy.
Well, so when it happened to me, you know, because our relationship was so contentious in the beginning, it was almost like just want you to fall over and not come back.
You might have said that, but I think you still cared about my well-being. Correct?
I don't know. I can't say.
Maybe I just have a stronger love to you because I never was at that point where I would like not care about your well-being. That's diabolical, bro.
A stronger love than me is crazy work.
But I'm saying I didn't like you a lot of times, but I still care about your well-being. I don't want nothing to happen to you because I ain't like you. That's wild. You wishing death on me, huh?
I did something. Wow. I did. Look, because you could be very vindictive when you want to be.
Yeah, could be, but I mean, you did some things too. But I don't wish death.
I know, but your stuff because you were more calculated, so you did stuff intentional to her.
Yeah, okay. You sound like excuse to me. That's cold. You'll do me like that? I'm hurt.
I'm sorry, I'm looking crazy. My dog is doing random stuff, making noises and everything.
What's wrong with you, man? Relax.
He wants some attention, but you
down. Get down.
All of my shot. He wants attention, y'all. I'm sorry. So anyway, if somebody is in a relationship, first of all, what does divorce is not an option mean to you? If we hear that all the time, what does that mean to you when you hear that?
To me, it was just meaning what it says, divorce not an option. But at the same time, I felt like you said, that I will put my best effort forward to make it work. Not just, I'm not going to get divorced just because I don't want to be divorced. I mean, I don't, but I'm just saying there's effort to go with it, in my opinion.
Okay, so I appreciate the level of commitment because in this time, so many people don't respect the commitment of marriage. They jump in and out of marriage like grasshoppers.
Well, you say this time. We were married a long time now at this point.
No, I'm saying I wasn't about this time. What I said?
You said at this time.
I was talking about the culture, like the society. I'm sorry. Like now, you see people get married and if they don't work, they like a month later we get divorced.
You know, I laugh is that it seems like the more that people spend on the wedding, the shorter time they be married.
You know, that's a fact.
So you see people spend all that dog money, like, where you? Oh, we ain't married. What?
I mean, it'd be like a month.
You spent $40,000 for $100,000 wedding. What?
But does that not go to show that you spend more on wedding than investing into the nurturing of marriage?
I don't know. I think all that money is crazy anyway. But I mean, you can afford it, these things. But to spend that and not be married, I'm gonna need me a refund. I'm sorry, I need that back up out you. That's a lot of money. To be married for a month, 2 months, 3 months, that's wow, that's a lot of cheese.
It is.
I need that back. I'll put you on a payment plan or something. I need that back. Sorry.
Because you said payment plan.
Yeah, I need it back. At least half of it, something. That's a lot of money. But that's just me. I don't know.
Oh my God.
You
Well,
don't, you don't feel that way? Like if just say you paid for a wedding, you pay a lot of money, and y'all married for 3 months. You don't think you want money back? Or something?
yeah.
Look, if you ain't got no money, come clean my house or something. Wash my car, something. You got, I need some service out of you, Chief. I need to get that back.
I don't think if y'all getting divorced, you really want them in your house.
They can watch the car that's outside. Everything you need out there. I ain't got to see you. Just come watch it. Every Saturday. It'll be out there.
Anyway. So,
That's crazy. We need to look into that. Seriously, see if how that correlates. The amount of money you spend.
no, I didn't do a study overall, but just in talking to people,
Yeah.
and the ones I know that spent ridiculous amount of money on their marriage, those people stay married for 5.5 seconds.
You say 5.5 seconds.
Okay, 10 seconds.
That's crazy.
Well, what is your recommendation if a person is living in a marriage that is now turned into a divorce is not an only option? place of dwelling.
Well, like you said, you got to put the work in for yourself. Whether the relationship actually flourishes or not, you should always be working on yourself anyway, because you want to be the best version of you that you can be.
What is your thought process when you hear somebody that is blaming their partner for everything?
No accountability. They're not putting in the work.
I'm saying, but if you hear somebody come tell a story and everything is their partner, what do you think?
What do you mean, man? It's never going to work because it's not always the other person.
Okay, I was trying to give you what your initial thoughts when somebody comes to us and they just tell us.
Oh yeah, and that. Okay,
what
that they need to do most of the work.
Because most of the time when people come to us and it's
Everybody, they
everybody,
blame the other person. It's them.
most of the time when they're blaming everybody else, you be like, ooh,
yeah, it's you, dog.
Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, it's you, dog.
Put the work in. Well, I did not appreciate the struggles that we went through, the hard times, the hardships. I didn't appreciate it then. I see what God did now.
Mm-hmm.
Because had I not been through half the stuff, when we talk about it, it would be talking about it hypothetically almost. Right. Because I
needed that perspective.
I didn't want all the perspective. God, you didn't have to give me all of them.
No, you didn't.
But he did.
Yeah.
But that's just like I saw somebody that's been married and they have two children and they're both the same mom and daddy. But then they were speaking on blended families and step parenting. And I was like, you can't speak to that because you don't know the inner workings. Because it is not a cookie cutter. First of all, it depends on who the baby mama and the baby daddy is. That's the first thing.
Well, and all of that is a lot of variables. The age of the kids.
Right.
How long have you been in the kid's life? Like all that.
We were talking about, at the time they were saying that the child was disrespectful to the new wife. Right?
How old is the child?
I can't remember. But the mama was doing...
That matters. And the other thing people to look at too, what's the age of the child? How long has the new person been in that child's life? Number 2 or 3, what's very important is the parent of the previous child. Was your spouse in a relationship with them for a period of time? Like you could have an instance where they might have been engaged at one time and called it off, or was it just like a one night stand? Like all that matters to how the relationship is.
Right, but the issue was the child would come to the house and be very disrespectful.
The child didn't live there.
No, the child would be there very disrespectful when they came.
Right.
But
we had some instances like that before too, yeah.
But it was more of a in a situation, it was that she started not wanting to be the stepmom started not to want to be a part of
Right.
the child's life, which in that instant I could understand.
Right.
Because if you're not going to check this child,
Correct. Well, and if the child's not going to accept you, the child is older, then you can't make them. So it is
no,
what
but
it
I'm
is.
saying, but the child was in school, but
I'm saying they're like in 10th grade.
right, but I'm saying but even in 10th grade, if a child came to our house and they were disrespectful,
Yeah,
you
but
would
you're
not,
talking
you
about
would not.
everybody different.
But so
Everybody does not make kids do what they need to do, is what I'm saying. So
right, so how? But that's my thing. Like,
listen, if I would never make you be a part of something when somebody is not treating you right, disrespecting you. If that's the case, and neither the spouse or the other parent is checking it, then I wouldn't be a part of child life either. I would play it from a distance. Because why do you have to be disrespected? Just
and
let them
see,
do them.
so the thing was, the parent, the dad, it was a dad. He should,
Oh, he should nip it in the bud for
but
sure.
not. They would say that he should have. Cause somebody made that statement about backing up. You know, some like, but they were like, well, that's his child. But like, even with your child, you have boundaries. You
Of
can't.
course,
I'm not gonna allow you to be disrespectful to me. Even
right.
though, like, I don't get it.
Because even if he was single, there was still stuff she couldn't do when she came to the house. She's
Correct.
not gonna come there and sleep in his bed and drink all the liquor and all. No, because she's a child. So
Right.
there's always boundaries and limitations.
Yeah. You know.
But that's something again that we talk about. People don't discuss these things before they get married.
Well, so in that vein, you know, I was raised in the house with my mom and daddy.
Correct.
I got all the same brothers and sisters, right?
Right.
You know, like no outside, nothing. So I used to watch Lifetime movies where there was always this abusive stepmother that was like mistreating the stepchild, and the other children got and the daddy didn't see it because the wife was nice to him, but really mean to the child when he wasn't around. So I made in my mind that I wasn't going to be that person.
Yeah, you overcorrected.
I did overdo. I did do just some overcorrection. I ain't go crazy.
A lot. A lot of overcorrecting. But that's fine. I'd rather you go too far in that direction than the other one.
Right.
But you were doing too much.
Well, it was trying to let the child know that I love them, and he later said that you never treated me differently.
Well, I know.
I mean, the stuff you said to me has been, but you told me back then. You said just let it play out. When he gets older, you know, and you everything you said was right on.
Was it? I was right.
You were.
Is that something that happens often?
Sometimes.
That you didn't answer the question. You're a politician right there. But anyway, yeah, so it played itself out.
Well, and
But that's because I grew up with a stepdad.
I was gonna say,
So
I didn't have that aspect in my life.
But now you have that experience.
Correct.
So you can tell people. But that drives me up the wall. People get on the internet and they're expert about something they have no, like the lady that's the expert in relationships and kids, and she don't have either.
So it's a lady on somebody made a comment. I'm sorry. Okay. Brother Paul says, oftentimes we define lust as love. Love is a decision and a commitment, while lust is based on feelings. Divorce is off the table. The Holy Spirit can sideline you and put you on the bench. At that time, you are unable to contribute to the decisions and to run a particular play in the game. When you are submitted to the one in charge, the coach / Holy Ghost. Listen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people think that when you say fall in love, they feel like you. If I fall, like they say, people often say, "I fell out." What happened? Yeah, I fell out of love. Like, then that's just it.
But that's, to me, that's not love though. That's just intense like.
No. But like even in marriage, I've heard people say about it. And I went. But I told you, I went to God and said I fell out of love with you. And I heard him clear as if you're sitting here right now. He said, "Fall back in love. It is a choice."
Right. It is. But I'm saying
And
I still don't think that's love per se, because if you look up the definition of love, even in the Bible, that that's not something that you fall in and out of. That's like when you have speaking of, when you have your child, you don't fall in and out of love with your child. Even if they do something you don't like that's despicable, you still love them. Even the serial killer, their mama still love them. They don't like what they did.
right.
So that's what I'm saying. That's not something that you fall in and out of, in my opinion, if you truly love someone.
But there's different types of love.
I know I'm saying, but that when you get married, it's supposed to be a certain type of love, not the fall in and out kind.
Well, but I didn't understand that love was a choice too, though.
Of course.
I didn't understand that. So that I think that for me was where it was. I didn't believe that love was a choice.
Yeah.
And when I heard God say that to me, I was like, "Ooh."
That's like still loving somebody when they're not doing things you want them to do, or you're not happy with decisions they made, or
Right.
whatever. It's the same thing. It's like saying with your child, do things they ain't got no business. You still choose to love them.
Right, right.
You don't like what they did, and you're not excusing them what they did and say, "Oh yeah, you did a good job robbing that bank." No, you did a terrible thing, but I still love you. I'm gonna pray
So
for you.
now that's what I and I don't want to go too deep into that on this, but with the alternative community,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like you said, I can love my child and not like the behavior. Why do they feel like if I love I can't love them and not love the behavior? Like,
Well, because that's the plan. Because what they try to do is paint you in the corner where you accept what they got going on. Because anything you say that's not in agreement with them, then you're bashing or you this or you that, which is crazy because people disagree all the time about things.
and it's funny because I had somebody say, you know I'm such and such, and I say, yeah, and they were like, oh, I didn't know you know, because they was like, church people treat me different. And I was like, I did,
No.
because because at one time
Right.
my behavior was one thing,
Right.
but my parents loved me. You get what I'm saying? And so,
And that's my point that I was making earlier.
I know,
Right.
I get it. I'm just saying,
So I
but
mean, but that's a whole nother thing for another day. But that whole situation is, like I say, paint you in the corner. So if you do anything but agree with us, then it's frowned upon.
right.
But I'm not that. I don't capitulate those type of things. You're not gonna paint me in no corner
Yeah.
because it is what it is.
Well, you know, what would you say to somebody that's in a marriage right now that
Right now.
love benefits others at your expense and lust benefits you at others? Oh,
Yeah.
look.
True.
Oh, that is a fact. I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna read that in its entirety.
Big facts.
Love benefits others at your expense,
Right.
and lust benefits you at others' expense. Now, here's the thing: when you are a Christian and your will is to please God, you're never out to do anything to hurt others. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it doesn't mean you don't hurt others along the way, but like in this instance, when he's talking about lust, it's you know, that's just like when you was doing stuff before you were married. It was
Well,
what
lust
can
is about what you want.
right,
Making you
right,
feel good, making
right,
you happy.
right.
But people bring that same attitude into marriage. That's why, like you were saying, that you saw the lady online that said nothing wrong with her husband. He didn't do anything to her, but she's not happy with the marriage because it's not things that she wants.
And
So
so,
it's a very selfish point of view. Look at Doc, hit the camera.
sir,
Hey, go get.
Cage. My dog is doing the most right now, y'all. So, and he done moved the camera for real. My dog is used to having some attention. Oh Lord, y'all, I'm sorry.
I don't know what he was doing.
I know, right? So is that okay? So that don't look right. I did lack of walk drive. I'm sorry. So I was saying something. What was we talking about? Oh, so there was a lady online who said that her marriage is she doesn't think marriage is for everybody, and marriage it's better to be single. You have to look out for somebody every day. And she was crying, and it's better to be single, blah blah. She said, "My husband is a good man. He's good to me. We have no problems in our marriage, but you have to do stuff other people want to do." So it made no sense because this generation.
It makes no sense to you because you have developed a marriage mindset. But if you're a person that is married and have a single mindset, like everything is about, if she was saying was about her, I gotta do something for somebody else every day. I gotta do something that somebody else want to do. Yes, that's you're married.
So a marriage mindset essentially is sacrificing yourself.
Right.
And people hate when I say marriage is about serving. And I say about serving your spouse, they was like, serving, I'm not a slave. And I was like, it's not about that.
A servant and a slave is two different things.
But anytime I say serving,
but that's a Christian mindset. Your whole thing as a Christian is you're a servant.
It's servanthood, right,
People
right.
don't understand that. They just want to go in there and look good and parade around. No, you're supposed to be a servant. Serve others. That's the whole thing. That's what Jesus did.
You know, having people that say they don't want to do certain things in the church for other people because I don't like this person, then your mind, your mindset is not on God. Because
not Christian mindset.
Because I don't have to like you to serve God
at all.
Because I might not, and it's not about like liking you. I might not like your behaviors or things you're doing. However,
no, but
if God says,
you may not like that person, but if God tell you to do something for them, you do it.
I have ministered and prayed to people that I know don't like me, and I wasn't a fan of their behavior. But I'm not gonna miss God for you.
Not at all.
Because in hell you will lift up your eyes.
Yeah, but the thing, Jesus was washing the disciples' feet and all kind of stuff.
But then I hear a lot of leaders say they don't want, they not doing all that. Everybody serve and see.
And you shouldn't be a leader.
The whole premise of leadership is service first. You are the first servant.
Correct.
Yes. And so now it's got like, well,
they got it twisted. Everybody want to be. There you go.
The non-Christian lifestyle mindset is selfish, right? And that's the problem, though. We're in a, and I keep saying the culture because we're confusing the Word of God, the world, with the church, the Christian mindset. You know, like we're saying, well, that's what we do, or that's how people do. If that's what they're doing it wrong.
Well, you're supposed to be set apart from the world, but the problem is
the world and the church now.
Right, and people go to these churches where the pastors just pick one or two themes like wealth or success, and they run with that, and they don't teach any of the other stuff.
Right, you know, I was telling somebody, I said, you know, I don't know when the last time I've really heard a message about, you know, we ran away from this holiness and hell because people were abusing it.
Well,
is that overcorrection?
I think like when we was coming up, they put everybody in hell every Sunday.
Well, I'm saying, but that's
so I think like you said, they were going the other way.
Is what you just said about me with Lucia? I was overcorrecting.
Yeah.
So because we thought that people were doing the most with holiness or hell, then we went to.
But that's the thing. Everybody's gonna be blessed of God, yes, but everybody's not gonna be rich.
Right.
Everybody's not gonna be a millionaire. Everybody's not gonna have a mansion. So, and for them to
Centurion say marriage mindset is about alignment. Yeah. You are absolutely right.
So people that say every Sunday, yes sir, every Sunday.
And listen, listen. I just knew. Listen. I don't know what I said. Is there any way to go to heaven? Because I just knew everybody was going to hell.
Unless you spend every waking hour in the church.
No, but you still might went to hell because you might have walked to the side or something. It was like every Sunday or something.
Sunday, brother.
But you know, again, the church now has overcorrected.
Yeah.
We don't hear people talk about marriage. I had a girl saying, you know, you act the same way every time I see you. She said, when you talk at that conference, you act the same. When you at church, I was like, it should not be 5 versions of me. But people are so used now to the church having different versions. the one you see at church, the one you see at work, the one you see. People came to my office when I was at work and got prayer. Like I am the same version,
Yeah.
like crazy, act silly, but like the girl said at my birthday party, she said, but the boundaries of her Christianity, she wasn't. They said I wasn't willing to budge on those. I'm not budging what God told me to do. Like if God said we don't do it, we don't do it. That don't mean I'm around here throwing Bibles, but you know, hell was going to be lit, right?
Oh, yeah.
And listen, I heard somebody say, "Well, everybody gonna be we have a party." I was like, "Well,
Everybody. Everybody.
But why is it so hard now for people to get in a marriage mindset?
Because everything that is pushing our society is
Me?
yeah, like you need to have your voice heard, be individual, have your own this, your own that. Like even now, you know, it's all these websites you can customize everything.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have none of that growing up. You can go, you get your jeans, your shirt, your shoes, everything customized just how you want it.
Listen, one of the last couple wives I talked to, they said, we was about letting him submit, right?
Mhm.
I mean, being submitted to him, and they was like, well, he don't lead, or they don't lead, or whatever. And it was like, well, I was like, do you? Yeah, I let him lead in this area. I let him do this. The fact that Joe Mouth said, I let him.
Right. In this area.
I said that is the Mrs. Potato Head of marriage. I use that example all the time because I don't know if y'all remember Mr. Potato Head, but you could choose the hair, the hat, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears,
hands, the feet.
And a lot of times, if you remember, when you put that stuff together, when you got finished, you had something that was deformed.
They're grotesque looking.
And that's what they're doing with their marriage.
Yes.
I want you to do like this or speak like this, but be aggressive like this, but be chill over here. Well, don't let me do this, but don't let me do that. And you know, it's like he don't know what to do.
Right. But why are you the one that gets to determine what areas are what and what? Like, I don't get it.
But if I promise you, the last 5 to 10 wives been like, and they love to use the term, well, I let him do this.
But that's the thing too, like we were saying earlier, everybody is an expert on stuff that they have no experience in.
Absolutely.
How can all these women out here telling men how to be?
How do I tell a man how to be a man? That's what I had.
That's what you need to do.
Even with our children.
What?
You know, my youngest son is now in 19, and there were times that I felt like said it was too hard. He was too this. And then I realized that I don't know how to be a man on no day. Not one. My voice might be deep. This came from having children. But I don't know how to be a man ever. So how do I tell a man how to raise a man? Because he's a boy, but he was going to grow into a man.
Right.
And if which is what a lot of mothers are doing, coddle these boys too much, that's why you get these old sensitive boys. And we're not talking about they don't have emotions, because I do believe men have emotions. However,
well, we're talking about not having emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence. Can you elaborate? Because people don't understand what emotional intelligence is. Because you make that distinguishment. What's that word? I said distinguishment. I made my own word of y'all. Boom. Okay. Distinction. You made that distinguishment. Sorry, y'all. Okay. You made that distinction.
I had to pause for a word from my sponsor. Webster's Dictionary.
Why the sponsor got to be Webster's Dictionary? Because I messed up.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
No, they don't have those no more. Encyclopedia Britannica. Oh my God. We had the whole set. How much was them sets, boy? Okay, I digress. Explain emotional intelligence, because you always say that word when people talk about emotions.
Well, it's that you don't let emotions lead your decision making and your behavior. Because when you do that, you can overreact and make a mistake that can ruin your whole life. And then you're sorry, but it's too late. So you have to know how to react and how to hold your peace in certain situations.
So how important is it for a man to have emotional intelligence?
It's extremely important.
We're not going to say explain.
Well, that's why men react certain ways to other men. It's like there's things now that happen where women and men have conflict, right? And if you ever notice, the woman is on 10 and the man is on 5 or 3. And there's a reason for that, because when men get in altercations, people die. So they know that they have to have emotional intelligence, because the result can be catastrophic.
Right.
But women don't have that, because they know they can get an interaction and fight each other and then be friends 5 minutes later and go get pedicures. So, but that's why now, and women, the same thing, have been taught that you don't argue with men. You don't have interactions like that.
Oh my Lord.
Because you'll never win that. You know what I'm saying? And some men will let you go, some won't. So you can't, like, you don't know how people are going to react, how people were trained, how people, like, for instance, when you sent me the thing today about the proposal, right? Like, you don't know how people are.
Right.
So you conduct yourself a certain way to avoid those situations. You don't have to put yourself in unnecessary situations.
Renako said it means to know when to slap and when to hold back.
Correct.
Well, you know, what happens one day, we had a situation where somebody was, a male was being very aggressive with me. And we were at a basketball game. Amari came in with me, and he was in the gym. Cedric Hart was parking the car. I told the guy, because he was, threatening me. Now, I had formulated a plan in my mind if he attacked, what I was going to do, but I didn't say that to him.
Right.
What I said was, when my husband come in here, you keep that same energy. And, he talked about, I said, hey, just keep that same energy. Because this is the thing. And Amari was later upset why you didn't call me? Because I said, okay, tell me what you would have done when you came up there.
And what he said?
He was going to crash out. He was just going, well,
and he would have been able to graduate.
This is his senior year.
Right.
And he would not have been able to graduate. So, emotional intelligence on my part,
right.
Don't tell my son, right. Because like I told myself, what your dad does is assess the situation. He's never going to put us in more danger, right, without realizing, all different things. The dude was apologizing and doing backflips when he saw Cedric. He's like, hey, but I said, keep that energy. No, I don't know what he and that's the thing. Cedric could have just crashed out just because of what I told him. But see, I know a lot of women that would have been upset because Cedric didn't go to 10. Yeah. But I knew that his presence would level, right, bring him down. But then why do these women put themselves in these predicaments where they, like, I've seen a lot of videos of women punching and hitting men.
It's craziness. But why would you put your husband, brother, daddy in those positions? That's
what I was saying about the emotional intelligence code, right, go for women as well, because I'm not putting you in a predicament where,
right, you in there hitting somebody, your husband come in, things go left, and he unalive somebody, or mistakenly, he right, go to prison. Now, what you gonna do? Because he's right, paying all the bills, taking care of you. Now you look crazy,
right?
Because you don't know how to act like you got some sense,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is not worth a confrontation. Sometimes you got, just like last night, went to the movies. Remember that people walk across the thing real slow? We were trying to turn in. Remember?
Yeah.
I could have got upset and got out and said something, but for what? It's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was early. It wasn't no rush. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'd have been threatening of doing something else. That's different. But
we're not gonna say, right, yeah, I don't get that. You want me to be at 10. But see, I think, Renako, that what's happening is, if everything you watch on TV has said, if he loves you, he's gonna be,
that's crazy,
aggressive.
Yeah, because they're watching that Johnny be on there fighting because, oh, you said my shirt was blue, it was red. What?
But, like, here's the thing. What I respect about, and even Renako, I'm gonna give you your props too, because at the wonderful funeral, where there's malice in the palace,
right,
he was sitting at the table. He was watching. He was right by the chair stuff. He was right in the dick. Right. First of all, in that situation, when they said, hey, they fighting, if 30 people ran out, 20 was women. And I thought that was stupid.
Ridiculous.
I said, why are women running out to a fight? That's stupid.
But
First of all,
that's when it went left.
right? So because they come out hitting.
Right, and no emotional intelligence.
Right. But people are sitting there saying, why you ain't go? My husband is out there handling things because I know you have a level head in the midst of chaos.
Right.
When you go up, that means ain't nothing is all the way up at that point. You know what I'm saying? You don't stuff just don't get you like out of sorts.
Right.
But then what I was saying with Renako was, I was when I came over to where he was, he said, I was just watching to see if he saw you. I ain't gonna say what name he called you. And he was like, long as I saw him and he wasn't missing and hit the ground, then I'm good. But that's to me, he didn't have to go out there and hype nothing up or get rah-rah because the way he was hitting, you could have got hit and then it been somewhere else.
But see, I wasn't out there rah-rah. I was trying to help calm the situation.
Well, I'm saying I know that, but if the wrong people get out there,
that's what happened. The wrong people got out there, and it got worse than it was supposed to because the situation was already under control.
So,
and the person that made that announcement, no emotional intelligence.
I don't even remember who yelled it out.
It's craziness.
But and I was so confused. I ain't seen nothing. I didn't realize it was about out. Anyway, talking about women and relationships and husbands falling in and out of love. Love is not divorce is not an option, but is roommates an option? So if divorce is not an option and you're not going to work on it, then you have set in your mind, I'm going to just rock with roommates.
Mm-hmm. It says we're not gonna say nope. She wasn't going nowhere. Sat down somewhere. I see him.
But I ain't trying to go. That's the thing. I didn't move from my seat, and some would say you have me trained, but I would say
not trained. But you have, and it's funny because they refer to it as trained, but to me, that's saying that you have trust in me and what I got going on because with people that went out there, mean they don't trust their spouse. They want to see what's going on to make sure they handle it the way they think that they should be handled.
Ooh, you just made that tricky.
That's what I think, in my opinion.
And I can see that because the women now,
like, well, let me see what he's doing out here to make sure he doing.
We were just talking about submission and talking about Miss Potato Head.
Right.
Sir, move. Go, okay. Jesus, get in the camera. The whole thing is, did you handle it the way I think you should handle it?
Correct.
But because it's not about
to do it the right way.
Right. Trust and know your place.
Yep.
Well, but that's the thing. Like, people are offended by knowing your place. I tell people all the time, I know my role.
Right.
Even let's just slide it to the side, right? Right. Yeah, Renaka, we see your correction. So I am married to you. However, if I was in a place with Renaka, let's say, and something happened, I would trust Renako that he would handle the situation appropriately and that he would look out.
Right.
I don't know many people that I got that same. It's a maybe about 4 or 5.
Right.
But
that's what it is, though. When say, "Oh, he got you," no, I trust him, and you should trust your people too.
But what the worst thing would be, and this is not directed at your wife, Renako, at all. But just say if I say I trust Renako, right, in a situation, but then his wife don't trust him and she go out there.
Right.
Like, she wasn't there, of course, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have enough trust in your husband, and somebody else do.
And sometimes, though, it's that, like, the last 2 couples we dealt with, that communication piece wasn't there. So they don't know each other. So you don't know what they would do in that situation because you haven't had that communication to know where their head is at, what they think, like their values. So you don't know.
But, and also,
because you don't trust somebody you don't know.
Right. And also, you also want to know that the person that you're with is you want to, like, the people that I say I trust, I know some of their history,
Right.
and I know they got crash out in them. I know we don't want to activate crash out, but it's there if needed. You know what I'm saying? But they're not. That's not their go-to.
Right.
Like that son of yours, that's his go-to.
Right.
What would I can say? But this conversation is actually one that really needs to be had about.
But like I said, if you don't know the person, you can't trust them. So that doesn't mean that you can't have that, but you might not be having the conversation.
So a lot of the reasons people don't trust their spouses because they don't know them.
Yeah, if we're together and we don't communicate, you don't know how I'm acting in any given situation because we haven't discussed it. And if we roommates, we haven't really done anything together. You know what I mean? Like, so how do you know someone? Through communication and through experiences.
Right.
So that's it. So if we're not talking, I don't know your mind, I don't know your philosophy of life, what things you hold dear, then of course I'm not gonna trust you. That's like trusting some random man you meet in the grocery store.
Right. Well, if you're in a situation where your marriage is roommate status, you can come back from that, but it takes work. And you have to start the work with you.
Right.
It is not about the other person. And of course, we talk about the fact that in the beginning, when I started to say that God told me to do it, He told me to do it as a wife.
Right.
And it had nothing to do with Cedric, which sounds so funny because I am Cedric's wife, but God told me that He's holding me accountable for me.
Right.
And so it was when Cedric saw me doing what I was supposed to do, and then saw me doing it, his words was consistently, is when there's a change came for him. But I was too busy trying to change him and wasn't focusing on me.
Right.
And so your marriage can be in a place where it seems like there's no hope. But hope is not lost. Anything you want to say about any summary or anything you want to sum up from this whole conversation?
No, I gotta put in the work, starting with you.
Well, I'm just talking about the whole thing. We talked about emotional intelligence. We talked about.
Well, I was just going back to the main topic. Divorce is not an option.
Well, I'm saying anything that we talked about that you want to summarize, because we talk about a lot of things, but some things may hit home more for you than others that you want to bring. Point like ladies, let your man do what he do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I think the thing you said about the trust, a lot of that stems from not having the trust. So if you don't know the other person, like just because you've been acquainted with somebody for a lot of years don't mean you know them.
Correct.
Like you work with people for 15, 20 years that you don't really know. Like, oh, I didn't know you was married. Oh, I didn't know you had a dog. Oh, I didn't know you whatever. So it could be the same thing in your marriage. It's like,
oh, I can say he proud of us.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Renako, we was on the not gonna make it list.
Yeah, man.
Cedric saw somebody that oh shoot. Renako was at our wedding.
Yes, it was.
But we saw somebody, or actually no, Cedric talked to somebody that said that there was no way that me and Cedric were gonna make it. And I thought about the fact that I'm so glad that people don't get to decide that.
Right.
We had our issues, but God had something greater in store for us, and we couldn't imagine that this would be it.
Nah.
Like we couldn't imagine. I recall.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I don't know that I ever just sat back and like, they not gonna make it. Like that's not something I ever do. So,
well, I think we've been to like weddings or whatever, and we've seen couples like.
Yeah, but I don't think I ever said they ain't gonna make it. I'd be like, ooh, child. You be like, ooh, but not.
Yeah, not speaking death on, but we're like.
They spoke death on us.
Oh yeah.
They said we weren't gonna make it. What they said?
A lot of people said that. Not just a few. That was the going consensus, I think, from what I heard.
So why do you think that was? Because I heard a couple things. What is a couple things you heard?
I don't know.
We're not talking about won't he do it? Yes, and he did.
Listen, my past, your past, ages, all kinds of stuff.
children. Yeah,
So it was a lot of
we had a lot of negatives.
net negatives.
Net negatives. What's that mean?
The totality of negative things that work against normal relationships.
Okay, we had a lot of things that were working against us.
We were relatively young. So
Yes.
that was the thing. You were
Previously married.
right. You were older too, a couple years. So that was the thing. Because that was the thing I heard a few people say, "Oh, she married that young boy. He ain't gonna whatever."
Young boy, boy, you.
I'm saying what people said. I didn't say it. Don't get mad at me.
You said that.
No, I didn't say that.
And Rocco, he is the person that said to my young boy.
I didn't say that.
Whatever. And it was funny to me that they said I had kids, but you had a child too.
I did.
But that was not.
And I was a player.
But to me, I'm the Himalaya. But to me, what stuck out in that aspect was it's okay that for men to have children.
They say that because the children don't live with the mom. So
you know what? Don't play with me, Rocco. Me, I had love for you about to go away.
yeah, she ain't no cool mountain lion.
As you rub your eye.
It's up my eye.
Good.
Bothering me. You tried to put your eyes thing on me from last night.
But anyway, sometimes I just go back and think about some of the stuff that people said, and
Dude.
it actually makes me think when I deal with a wife that I sometimes feel like I don't even know if there's any hope for them.
Really?
It's not often, but
even after people said that about you, your situation.
But see, I have always believed in marital roles.
Yeah.
So that's half the battle.
Well, but you still thought it was all me that needed to be fixed.
That's correct. But I'm not saying we didn't have problems. But if I think everything is you, I don't believe there's marital roles. I'm the man too. Like, those are big things. Believing in marital roles and learning what they are and getting in my place is another thing. Yeah. But if I don't think they exist, I got to teach you that God exists before I can tell you to believe in him. You know, like that's a whole nother hurdle to go over.
Well, but man, it still can be done. Will it be done is a different thing. Because you have to be willing to put in the work, and I don't think a lot of them are willing to do anything.
We do.
Paul says, totally enjoyed and appreciate the wisdom and understanding that you two have communicated in this conversation. Love you so much.
Thank you so much. Listen, and we went to relationship 101.
That's right.
102 remedial relationships.
The catalyst.
Listen, we talked about that earlier. We went to a regular counselor. We went to all y'all conferences. We had to do some work. Y'all could tell us everything in the world, but if we didn't do the work, then it meant nothing.
We went to the conference at our church and every other church too.
But that's the thing. That's the difference. What I was telling my dad, I said, if you go saying, I know something wrong, I just don't know what the something is. Yeah. People now like, I know something wrong, it's them. Yeah. Like that is the part that's the problem.
I'm Gucci. Get them. Yeah, it worked like that.
So even though I had my thought process that was out of whack, I knew that there was a place that I was supposed to be in and I wasn't. I just didn't know how to get to that place. And a lot of the examples in churches growing up, period, was the wife was the more dominant one. And she ran everything. So how do I align what I've seen and what the word of God is telling me? Well,
again, like we tell the people that we work with, you have to
put your hand out back again.
You have to establish your own baseline for your relationship.
No, it's not that. No, not in that situation. What we saw was wrong.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
You said establish your baseline. What we saw was wrong.
Baseline, right? So you can't depend on what you saw from other people because that ain't gonna work for you.
But you know that's just like when you grow up in a house and your parents do a certain thing, you think that's the right thing because that's the only thing you know.
See, I never had that. I don't know. I'm different.
You definitely are different.
I always knew I don't know how, that I had to do my own thing. No matter what anybody else was doing. That
Oh,
was
and thank you for joining us, Brother Paul. We appreciate it.
yeah, appreciate
You
it.
said you always what now?
I always knew that I had to do my own thing, like establish my own whatever, because what other people was doing wouldn't work for me because I'm different. I'm not the typical type of individual.
You do think differently, and that took me a while to get used to too, because I'm like everybody is my word, my word. Everybody think like this. Every man do this, and you were the polar opposite.
I look, everybody over there, I'd be over here.
You were built differently.
Exactly.
It took and that's part of why it took me a while because I wasn't taking time to learn you. I was going based upon this is not just like dating. It's like my dad, my cousins, my brother, like people that I know how they move differently. You move a certain way too, and if you don't, that's where the intimacy comes in. At people think of intimacy as sex, but intimacy is knowing your spouse.
Right.
Like there is times that things are off, setting know they off with me, and the same thing for you. But that's because we took time and invested time with each other.
Right.
We are about to exit stage left and right.
All right.
We thank you for coming on. If you watch this on a replay, if you would put replay in the comments, I greatly appreciate it.
Right.
Share this with someone you think could enjoy or benefit from it. This is our second week back on Monday night at 7 p.m.
Appreciate you.
We appreciate you coming on. I know that you have a bunch of other things you can do, but we'll be bringing you topics. And we just have some, we would say couch time, which was a prescription.
Oh, no more couch time.
So couch time was a prescription that our counselors gave us when we were having intimacy issues. We didn't talk, we didn't communicate. We were just kind of like coexisting. And couch time was when we watched TV together, we supposed to talk. And couch time is where Amari came from.
You know, had a baby. Had a couch time foolishness.
But it worked though.
Did it?
We got connected.
We connected all right. Yeah, another churn. No more churn.
but really we connected by talking and stuff, right? Yeah. So we just went too far with
we talked some.
We went too far with couch time.
With the connection.
Our connection went all the way left. We did too much. Our couch time was not supposed to end in the baby, okay? But it did.
You took couch time a little too serious.
But we going to label this couch time with it. I think that's a good
that would Lord.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank Phyllis and Jerry Gurley for that couch time. And
right.
We've been trying to give them their child back this whole time, okay? But
they grown now.
The basis of a lot of people's problem is the level of intimacy they have. Mm-hmm. Intimacy is not sex alone. It is knowing your partner, knowing your spouse. And the funny thing is, I was looking at this couch, right? Every week we sit separately, like the last 2 weeks, but generally when somebody sits, like we've had people come to sessions with us, and when they sit separate like that, they're upset with each other.
It's for comfortability.
Well, I know it's for comfortability, but that goes to show, again, you can't judge everything. But there's other things that give you.
Well, we did the show forever, sitting right on top of each other, sweating and all kind of back.
Yeah, it made it very uncomfortable. So we decided if we're gonna do this, we're gonna be comfortable with it.
Yeah, when you get older, being comfortable is worth its weight in gold.
And we are learning how to get the best set that will give us what we need.
We're working on it.
We just want to get information out there. We want to be visible.
And blessing.
Want to be a blessing. God's got blessed with your name on it.
You better believe it.
So anyway, you guys have a wonderful night. We I can't think I was gonna say, Chad.
Wonderful.
Make sure you subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Make sure that you follow us on all our social media platforms. Every one of them, all of them. Black Love United. You can follow me for life coach, the wife life coach. No, correction again, godly wife life coach. Cause there's a lot of life coaches for wives, but they ain't godly. Godly wife life coach. That's a lot of
You
words.
need to write that down. It's a little wordy, dog, but
It's no word out, but it is what it is.
godly wife life coach.
And we are going to be out of here.
And you can follow me for just being a purveyor of fine men's haberdashery.
Yes. So on my page, you'll see Mr. Thomas. He put some clothes on, y'all.
You understand me?
Right? Next time I'm gonna have to do that on put on that outro with the following have like little clips. So we're working on this, but Mr. Thomas puts on some fine men's haberdashery.
I'm a purveyor.
A purveyor. What's that is?
A fine men's haberdashery.
Well, you better haberdashery, y'all.
That's right. That's what I'm is.
Have a good night. I'm old. I'm going to bed. And if you love you. That's us. We swinging.
Y'all can still see us.
Yep.
Still here.
I can't see.
You had